now they're totally destroyed underneath there somewhere in that giant mess.
Are you ready to go outside? You so ready to go outside? Oh, no fight. Go on. No fighting. I don't understand why they're fighting.
So today's challenge, you can see here, we had a tree come down in a recent storm. And our water line happens to be running right up here behind this garage and underneath this tree. Check this out. This is what's left of our bird feeders. I think there's another one in there somewhere, like that bird feeder. Now they're totally destroyed underneath there somewhere in that giant mess. Okay, so this is the inline water filter that I got. I know there's better ones out there, but our water is so bad that we can't spend that much money on a filter every time. So, I mean, I don't know. It works good for us. Our water is pretty good with these filters. So. You're gonna see one side is an in and one side is an out. All right. You're just gonna take the male end of your hose, put it in the female end of the filter, tighten it down, that's good to go. Alright, next thing we're going to change is the overall house filter. And this thing is going to be nasty. I'm actually going to go wipe this nasty thing out. So, I will be right back. Alright, so we cleaned this nasty thing out. And now we are going to replace it with a new filter. This is just a pretty cheap house filter, a little 5 micron. It's nothing real fancy. Nothing real fancy at all. Alright, so you just set it on top of that little knob in there. That's it. And then put your O-ring back in. Now you're just going to screw your top on. I'm going to wipe that out a little bit real quick. You got on there. You just make sure that this middle hole goes inside that middle hole. That's it. Sometimes easier said than done. You just screw it down. Now we've replaced that filter. So what I like to do here, I like to screw my inline filter right into my house filter. Makes for less connections in between everything. But this way with your inline filter you get the big sediment out of the way. And then you come in with a refining residential house filter and get the rest of it out of there. And you just pop this back in the housing. Alright, one step down. Okay, so now here comes the fun part. I unhooked my main 100-foot hose from here. So now we're gonna see if we can pull it out from underneath that tree with fairly little fight. And without breaking things, hopefully it would be nice too as well. You don't want to put too much pressure on where your water hookup is. Alright, so here we go on the alternate route. Now we only got it to here, so I'm gonna go see if we got any room left on that line. If not, I do have a brand new 0G 100-foot hose. Looks like we're at about the end of the wire for this thing. It would be nice to get that filter out of the woods anyway, so maybe we'll bring it over here. Set it up. Guys, so we got to make this hose. This hose. Story of my life. 2 feet short. $2 too little. I'm going to use my first 100-foot hose between my filters and my water softener, and then I'm going to use my second 100-foot hose between my water softener and my camper. So that's the plan. In the winter, I plan on using all 0G hoses because the rubber hoses get really hard and they kink a lot, and they're really hard to wind up, and they're really hard to unwind. So the 0G hoses are a lot more flexible in the winter. The only thing that can happen with them is that they can flash freeze. So you always want to make sure in the winter, if you're going to use a hose outside, that you want the water running through it. Because like as soon as the water stops running through it, before I can even get the hose wound up and put away, it flash freezes. So, but they're still way better to work with in the winter than the old rubber style hose like that, the white one that I have there. All right, guys, here it is. Brand new 0G hose. They are expensive, but they are fantastic. How nicely they wound that up for me. Alright, so I got the new hose hooked up between all my filters in the camper. That way the new hose gets the freshest water, the cleanest water. Don't want to get the new hose dirty immediately. So then the old 100-foot hose is running between my softener and my residential filter. And now that we have everything set up, go back up and tighten up the hose on the upper nozzle up there and make sure we're not having any leaks. But that's today's little project, is just changing out all the filters and putting in a new hose, getting rid of those nasty old things. So just some exciting maintenance here on the homestead slash RV permanent site, or unpermanent. But so now I'll just tighten this back up here. The wife has been requesting that I change these filters for a while, but I didn't want to change them until I had a new inline filter, because the inline filter isn't filtering anything at all anymore. So all the big nasty stuff is getting right to that. But as you can see, I got a little bit of a leak here. We'll see. Sometimes it just takes a little bit and things seal up a little. So, especially with hard water like we got. Seems to be slowing already. So this is a pressure regulator, a very cheap one, and this rust spot here is from where it was leaking on us recently, because we had a old pressure regulator that was leaking. So this one's not leaking, it seems to be doing its job, and the only spot we have a leak is over there. So I'm gonna let it go for a couple hours and see if it seals up, and if it doesn't, then I'll address it. But for now, that's it. Here's my beautiful dogs.
You guys stay so good? Yeah, you are the good dogs, huh? You're all upset because the mama left? It's alright, she'll be back, huh? She'll be back. She'll be back, Zebe. She'll be back, handsome boy.
I'm Sam.
I'm Dan.
This is Eva.
And this is Gunny.
And we hope you like our video. And we'd really like for you to hit the like button and subscribe.
And watch this video here. We're here. Wherever I put it.